Hey, how's it going? It's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. I hope all is well with you today, and thank you for clicking on this pick a card reading. So in this video, we're going to be looking at everything you need to hear right now. So you were drawn to watch this reading for a reason. Okay, so we're going to find out what that reason is as soon as you choose which pile you're the most drawn to. So you can either make your choice by choosing either pile 1, 2, or 3, or you can choose one of the 3 images that will pop onto your screen just now. Feel free to pause if you need some time, and once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. And you'll also find the link to my website, so if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that's where you'll find all the information. So let's get into your reading now. Click the timestamp and I'll see you there. Hi Group 1. So let's take a look at what you need to hear right now. Everything that's coming through. Let's see. Okay, so we have Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. And then Wise One. Grow within your current situations. Okay. I feel like you are being called to know that you have a lot more power within you than you give yourself credit for. Okay, you could be a natural witch, okay, or you could have been a witch in your past life. Because I feel like there is this part of you that is drawn either to spirituality or drawn to occultism. You might be into tarot yourself, or you might be into astrology. Or this may be that you've just received some sort of spark of interest towards these particular subjects. Something that seems underworld, like it's undercover, like it's not something that's out in the open quite so much. Maybe just for yourself. It might not be something that you've delved too deeply into. Or maybe you've even felt afraid in some way of the supernatural. But it feels like you're being guided to lean into that, especially if you are receiving messages or some sort of, like I said, spark of interest that's pulling you in that direction. Okay, and it feels like when you start leaning into your own personal gifts and powers, that you will start to grow more and more within your current situation. Okay, there's a lot more for you to learn here that you are currently unaware of. Okay, I already feel like you're somebody that is incredibly intelligent, that is wise beyond your years. You may have even been called an old soul when you were younger. Okay, or you just have this kind of mature energy about you where you may have been through a lot of things in your life. Okay, whether you're young, whether you're more mature, it's like you've been through a lot that some people wouldn't even experience in 3 lifetimes, let alone 1. Okay, so you've gone through a lot and you certainly have already grown within your current situation. And I feel like you're somebody that is able to see the lessons from each rejection or each failure, everything that's happened to you that feels negative. It's like you're able to see the positive, or you're able to turn it into a positive thing. Okay, but yes, even though you've learned so much, there is still more for you to learn. And I feel like, again, that's connected to your psychic gifts, your natural witchery that's within you. Okay, so then we have trine. Interesting. So the trine sextile aspect in astrology, it's an easy aspect, it's a flowing aspect, it's where 3 planets connect effortlessly together, okay, and they work all together in this beautiful symbiosis. So you may be being called to either work with other people. This might be as a team of 3, so 2 other people, and you make up this trifecta. Or this could be in terms of having your hands in different pies, okay? You might have 3 different jobs or 3 different projects, okay? Or these 3 different inspirational ideas that you want to activate at this moment, okay? Something about the number 3 is really standing out here, okay? We'll get more information. Interesting. So we've got conjunction. So with the 2 astrology cards here, so we've got 2 aspects. We've got the trine and then we've got conjunction, which is 2 planets that are coming together. They're both really close in the sky, okay? So there's something about this strong connection with, I'm seeing other people. This really is giving me the vibe of other people. So you might be wondering about, going into business with another person, or this might be about your romantic relationships or even your friendships. Okay, because you might naturally spend a lot of time alone, or you might be drawn to spend time alone a lot of the time, but it feels like you're being called to spend more time with other people or with loved ones, okay, people that really care about you, or building these connections so there's some depth, okay, because it feels like you're certainly more than capable of doing things alone. But in this next period, you could even see it. I was speaking to my gardener the other day, and he said something really nice, which was, and he's come for readings with me before, so we can talk about all sorts of topics. But yeah, he was saying how he sees life as like little mini eras, and it's like each period that you're going through is like a little era. Okay, so it's like you may have gone through this kind of lone period, little era, but now is your time to connect more with other people. Now this might be in person, this could also be through social media for you. Okay, but it's like it might even be pushing you out of your comfort zone. Again, if you're so used to being alone or doing things by yourself, this could even be about delegation and passing on certain tasks to other people in order to free up some extra time for you. Okay, then we've got cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Okay, so I feel like lately you have been going through quite a lot, group one. Okay, where you may have felt like you've hit rock bottom and you've not known your way to climb out of it this time. Because again, I don't feel like this is your first time of experiencing this. Okay, but I feel like this is a bit more confusing for you, and maybe it is connected to other people and you're unsure how to navigate your relationships at the moment. Okay, but you are being guided to surrender to the alchemy of life, and alchemy is about change. Okay, it's like turning water into wine. Okay, so there's definitely this creative energy that's coming through here that I feel like you are being guided to focus on right now, and maybe even channeling that energy, what you've been feeling in terms of pain, in terms of suffering. You can turn this into something else. If you think about tortured artists who have gone through so much pain and then they end up writing poetry or painting beautiful paintings in connection to what they feel on the inside with their pain. Or even think about songwriters. Some of the best songs in the world were created from a place of pain. So if you're able to transmute that painful energy into something positive, into something that people can relate to, people can align with. Okay, it's very emotionally charged energy that I'm getting here. Okay, but see how this is like cracked open. Okay, this is the awakening. This is the channel here. Like the egg that's been cracked. Okay, but then once you crack the egg, you can cook the egg, or you can do whatever you want with the egg once it's cracked, but you can't do anything with it until you crack it open. And so it's like you needed to get to this point where you felt at rock bottom so you could climb, so you could maneuver yourself further forwards and upwards. I see this beautiful upward trajectory for you moving forwards. And then we have water your garden, nourishment, body care, and tenderness, rest. Okay, so this is also about you finding balance between being restful and being active, okay? Because when you're in that restful state, you're in your feminine energy. You are in the receiving energy. And that's one of the best places in terms of manifestation, because with manifestation, you need both the masculine and the feminine. You need to surrender in the feminine, be open to receive, and then you need to activate that energy and do something to move it forward so your manifestation can come to fruition. And I do feel like that is something you are being guided to do, is both things here, to activate, but also to rest. Okay, you definitely need to be taking more care of yourself at the moment, group one. Maybe you're already feeling drawn to this, okay, but if you found yourself that you've neglected certain things that have made you feel good, like if you've neglected your health, or if you've neglected your sleep, or if you've neglected like self-care in terms of your physical appearance, or in terms of, like doing some reading if that makes you feel good, or taking a bath, or a face mask, or whatever you view as self-care, okay? It really feels like to me, it feels like you have to start with your body. Okay, that's something I'm really getting here. There's like the nourishment. You need to be nourishing yourself with healthy foods and make sure you're getting plenty of sleep and you're really taking care of your body, because the body is the vessel, okay, for which you are to create so much abundance in your life. And you know what it's like if you go through health issues, it is a knock-on effect to everything else in your life. So if you're struggling like to get out of bed because of something physical, it's like you need to get your health back up to par so then you can get out of bed, so you can move, so you can activate things in your life. So if you are struggling with health issues, see that as the predominant thing you should be focused on right now. Okay, and obviously there's certain things you can and can't do in relation to your health, but there are ways that you can manifest yourself into better health. But obviously always seek professional medical advice, okay, from your doctor or whoever, if you're obviously going through any health issues, so they can help put something into place for you. But there's still an element where you can take it into your own hands, okay? You can visualize yourself feeling in the best energy, feeling in the best possible physical state. You can affirm to yourself on a daily basis, I feel amazing, my health is great, I feel on top of the world, I can move, every part of my body feels amazing, okay? Or there is an absence of pain, okay? So yeah, because I'm getting a lot of tension here in the neck, the shoulders. Okay, so you might be having some back issues, some tension, like pinched nerve, something like that. Yeah, because I'm definitely getting this kind of shock feeling. So it might be that that's where you carry a lot of your stress or a lot of your pain. Okay, it could even be where you might be carrying your emotional pain, because you may be feeling, I'm not that mentally stressed right now, but that's the thing with emotional pain and emotional repression. It can manifest in different areas of the body. So it's really important that you're making time for yourself to process your emotions and maybe to even find creative ways of expressing them. Again, whether it's through something artistic, whether it's through communication, okay, whether that's with friends, whether it's with a partner, whether it's with a therapist, okay, or whatever you can do that's helping to get those emotions out onto the surface. Okay, so then we've got daydreams and decisions, we have master, and we have share the love. Okay, now I'm just going to come to this energy first, this share the love, because this is connected to social energy. So, and that's come through already here, hasn't it? Talking about your social life. So I feel like there has been some kind of imbalance here in your social life. Now, for some of you, might have been socializing too much. You might have been spending too much time with other people and not enough time alone. Okay, for others of you, you may have been spending too much time alone and not enough time with other people. So I'm sure you'll be able to think about this and think, okay, that's the way in which it has been manifesting for me lately. Okay, but either way, whichever way round it is, it feels like, yeah, you're either needing more time with people or a bit less time with people so you can really find yourself. But the energy of 3 has come through again. We've had this a couple of times here. So yeah, there could be a friendship circle of 3, or even at work, there could be a team of 3, or like I said, different ideas or projects that you have coming in 3s. Okay, but it feels like in order for you to have this real abundant offer come through, again, you need to surrender, okay? Because when you trust in the universe, or you trust in God or your higher power, and definitely it's connected to your own gifts, okay? I feel like this is when you can receive, because this is like, technically it's the right hand there that's like depicted in this image, but because it's upside down, it's making me, it looks like the left, it's coming from the left, and the left hand represents the feminine, and that's the hand we need to open in order to receive. Okay, you might even notice this when you have itchy palms. You know, they say that if you have an itchy right palm, it's money going out. If you have an itchy left palm, it's money coming in. So just something to note there. And that's something you may have noticed recently if you've had itchy palms. Now, I just feel like there's something here. You've had all of these ideas, or something that you really wanted to happen, okay? Something that you felt in your heart that was right, and it felt like it was ticking all of the boxes. It made you feel really, really good. But it feels like it's come crashing down in some way, and that dream seems to be getting further and further away. Okay, but I don't feel like it's over. If that's something you're worried about, I don't feel like this is the end. Okay, Spirit wants you to know that you can have everything you wish for, but it will always happen in divine timing, and it may not always be exactly when you want it to occur, because other things have to manifest behind the scenes in order for it to be the right timing for you. And I also feel like this is connected to this master energy, because this is the devil card here. But being reversed is a very positive omen, because this is about letting go of pain, letting go of something obsessive, letting go of something intense that may have, really taken a hold of you, okay, where you felt you didn't have much control in the situation, okay. Now this can relate to all sorts of types of addictions, okay. This can be addictions to people, it can be addictions to obviously drugs or alcohol, it can be an addiction to food, or an addiction conversely to exercise. Obviously you can basically become addicted to anything that brings you a high amount of dopamine. Okay, that anything like that can become addictive. So I feel like Spirit is calling you to just take a little look, a view of those things that you may find very addictive. Okay, and to see what you can do in order to mitigate those addictions. And I feel like this is about you gaining that power back over yourself and realizing that none of these addictions have that power or control over you. You control these things. You might allow yourself to be controlled at times, and certainly not saying that it's easy to do, but I feel like you're needing to have more faith in yourself right now, that it is possible, that you can squash whatever these, addictions or obsessive tendencies may be. I'm getting a bit of like OCD, ADHD energy coming through. So just because that this is something that you may have or identify with these feelings of, needing that extra rush of dopamine or needing to double check things all the time to feel more at peace, it is something that you can change, because you are powerful. You are a natural witch. Okay, again, whether you've been told this, whether you just feel that innately, you have these gifts, okay? And I feel like you are really being guided to use them. And the thing is, if you're very new to this, you can just start using them on yourself first, okay? And using them on little things, manifesting the little things in your life before you start moving on to the bigger tasks. Because that's also the key with manifestation, is to start small. Okay, because once you start small and you realize you're starting to actually manifest things, that creates a stronger sense of belief, okay, that you can do it. It's like if you start from the first thing you try to manifest is £1 million, and then you don't receive it, you might think, oh, well, it doesn't work. Okay, but if you manifested a cup of coffee, like a free cup of coffee for the day, that could just come from any different avenue, that will create a little bit more hope. And you're like, oh, okay, well, that works. Let's see what else will work. And then you start incrementally shifting it to get larger and larger, or more expensive, or whatever, or a greater goal, whatever it may be. Okay, but it's like you have to start it incrementally in order to see how it really works. Okay, and also the ways in which you are skilled in manifesting, because I personally believe we can all manifest in different ways. And for each individual, it will be stronger to say manifest through vision boards, and others it might be stronger to manifest through affirmations, out loud affirmations. So sometimes it's about experimenting and seeing what works out in the best way for you. So let's just finish now with some tarot messages and see what else is coming through. What is everything that you need to know right now, Group 1? What do you need to know? Okay, well, that one flew out there. We've got the Hermit. Okay, we've got the 9 of Cups. The Emperor. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, and we've got the 10 of Coins here as well. Okay. So the Emperor is Aries energy, and then we've got Virgo here. So yeah, I feel like this is about you taking back control of your life. This is what you are being guided to know right now, that you have the gift, you have the power to take control of your life, okay? You don't need to wait for anything, okay? Yes, you may need to surrender to the unknown, but you don't have to sit back and wait for things to change. You can actively make those changes in your life. Okay, and again, with this Hermit energy, it's about being introverted, introspective, spending more time at home. So again, you have to personally see which way round this is for you. Like I said, for some of you, this will be you need to spend a bit more time at home and a bit more time in solitude. And for others of you, it's the opposite, okay? And you need to get out of the house a bit more, and you need to see people a bit more and to have more conversations in order for your energy to lift. You need to lift your vibration. That's what I feel like is coming through here. Okay, this Nine of Cups is giving me that kind of dreamy wish fulfillment energy. Okay, so this is about you visualizing the type of life that you desire. Okay, or how you want your day to day to look. You can spend 5 minutes a day even just imagining how you would like your perfect day to be, or even like some of the things you want to happen in that day. It's like if you do that, the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, instead of reaching for your phone and scrolling through social media, like spend that time. You could put on a high frequency meditation, okay, and just listen to that. Or you can spend 5 minutes just visualizing. I actually find the best way to do this. You can visualize your whole day and how you want it to go. But again, personally, with my experience, it might work for you, it might not. But I found by actually imagining how I feel by the end of the day, or say I'm at work for the day. It's like, say if I want it to go a certain way. Like I imagine how I feel when I close the laptop by the end of the day. Like, what is the energy that I'm in? Do I close it in a happy mood and I go, yes, that was a great day, I'm really happy with how that went, and I imagine doing that? Or whatever it may be, or saying, yes, I'm glad I've done a lot of sales today, or I've made a lot of money, or today was a very quiet day, it was very relaxing. Whatever it is you want that day to be, it's like imagine the end result. Like I've done this like with my taxes, for example. Like nobody likes to do taxes. It's never a fun situation, and you're not getting something nice out of it. You get a bill at the end of it, right? So it's something I'm sure everybody has to do, that's self-employed, that has to really push themselves. But for me, like, and because I've done my own taxes for a few years, and I may be getting an accountant actually this year, but even so, I would still have to forward all this information onto the accountant. But what I've imagined doing, again, similar way with the laptop, and I've just said, I've imagined closing the laptop and saying, oh, that was a lot quicker than I thought it would be, or that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And that has happened every time I've done it. Okay, so feel free to try out that technique and see if it works for you. Comment below if it does. I would love to know. Okay, but I feel like this is about you getting into that dreamy state, okay, that wish fulfillment energy, which is going to be the most beneficial for you. Because then we've got the 10 of coins here in reverse, which connects to your finances. It can also connect to your health, to your home, to your stable, solid relationships, okay? Something doesn't feel quite secure for you right now. So this might be, like I said, you might be wanting to move house, you might be wanting to buy a house, you may have just had to move, or maybe you recently lost a job, okay? Or you lost something that felt insecure, or you don't feel like you have that sense of security right now, okay? But again, this energy of the Emperor is like a boss, okay? This is somebody that is in charge. They run their own business. They run everything. They run this shit. That's the energy that I'm getting with the Emperor, okay? So I feel like this is you telling yourself that you are in control, okay? That's something you can affirm to yourself multiple times a day and say, I'm the one in control. I'm the one running things. I've got this, okay? So I feel like this is also about you having more self-belief, okay? That things will and can work out for you, okay? So I'm just gonna finish with the Astro dice. So we've had one jump out already. So we've got Scorpio, we have the number 5, and we have Mercury, okay? So the number 5 connects to change, okay? Freedom, liberation in your situation. So yeah, things are definitely moving, even though it may not seem like it on the surface. Things in your life are shifting, are moving, okay? Now, this could also be a time frame where something specific is really going to take a hold of you. That's going to take this different turn that you don't see coming. So it could be 5 days from now, could be 5 weeks, could be 5 months, or could be the 5th month of this year, okay? Which would, of course, be May. So if you're watching this past May, it could be the May of next year when something very significant is going to occur that changes your situation. Okay, now we've got Scorpio energy, which is very intense. It also can connect to this Devil card of being quite obsessive. Okay, but it's also hyper focused. Okay, it's about Like when you have this idea, like if a Scorpio wants something, it will go after it full steam ahead. There is no stopping it, because also there's emotional connection with Scorpio being a water sign. So it's like that intense, powerful emotional energy that will surge through you and push you forwards. Okay, but it makes me think of that energy that I was getting with the Magic Guardian in the beginning as well, because that connects to the occult, as does Scorpio. It connects directly to the underworld, to things that you want to investigate, to obsessions, to astrology, to tarot. So you may find that these are also very useful tools for you, okay? Whether you read cards for yourself, whether you read natal charts, or you read the chart of now, okay? And if you're interested in astrological reports, I can really rate Rick here on YouTube. It's like Rick Astrology, RIK, because he does weekly reports and it's fascinating. I learned so much astrology from watching those reports. Okay, but it can give you a little bit of a heads up. Now, it depends where your state of mind is. Okay, if you're naturally in a very anxious state, I would, be careful with looking at predictions astrology, because it could cause, you don't want to get into an anxious state of mind if there are some harsh aspects at play. But as long as you see it, it's like the stars impel, they don't compel. Okay, so just because it's what's happening collectively doesn't mean it's going to happen in your life. Okay, but either way, I just feel like there's a connection to that underworld sort of place, okay, which will in some way be helpful for you or give you just that little bit of insight that you're really needing right now. And then we have Mercury, which is the planet of communication and the mind and your thoughts. So I feel like this is also about you taking control of your thoughts and not allowing yourself to delve into dark thoughts all the time, especially if you find yourself leaning into the negative or leaning into very dark things. Even like crime documentaries, you might find those super interesting, but if you find yourself getting too depressed or too anxious with them, it might be a good idea to just give yourself a bit of a break from them. Okay. But communication is really key here as well. I really feel like you're needing communication. And even though if some of you are resonating more with the energy of spending a lot of time with people, needing more time alone, doesn't mean that you have to shut everybody away. You still need to be connecting with people, because that is very healthy to do. So, but this might be about, again, the quality of your thoughts, the quality of your communication, and finding ways that feel more freeing for you to communicate what you need and what you want, and putting it out there to the universe as well. I really feel like something about you speaking or writing is going to be one of the best ways for you to manifest. So yeah, write out your affirmations. Even feel free to write them down in the comments section here. Okay, or just write them on pieces of paper or say them out loud. Okay, even though you might be a talented manifester in visualization, I'm just really seeing something connected to your speaking voice. Okay, even if you just whisper them, okay, just say them over and over again, and it will become instilled and ingrained within you. So this is what I see for everything you need to hear right now, Group 1. I truly do hope this resonates with you. And if it does, please do comment below. Comment a black emoji, any of your choice, or anything else you wish to share with us today. Would love to hear your thoughts. And by liking the video and subscribing to my channel, you show your energetic support. So thank you so much in advance. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, either an email reading or a video reading, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi, Group 2. So let's take a look now into everything you need to know. Okay. So we have High Priest, Intend and Create. Okay, it's really weird, but this card is giving me a tight chest. I feel like I don't know what's going on here. This is really weird. So I don't know if you're feeling a lot of anxiety at the moment, or you've got like a tight chest. Like it's like something's weighing on you. And you feel like you just need to take a breath. Like you just need a breather. You need a break, I feel like, Group 2. Like you need, whether it's a mental break, whether it's a physical break, a break from work, I don't know, or a break from someone. There's something here that's like, it feels suffocating almost, okay? And it's like, yeah, you're needing to free yourself. You're needing to open up, okay? It's like something about your chest needs to open. yeah, in order for you to breathe, and so that you can intend and create, so you can create things that you need, something that you want for your life. Okay. And it's also this strong masculine energy that I'm getting here. So you might be a divine masculine watching this, or you could be connected with a divine masculine, and it may be that they are closing you in. Either you yourself are closing yourself in, or something external here, or someone is making you feel boxed into something. But oh my God. And then look, we've got great teacher, and look how there's this openness here. Like his hands are open. We've got this beautiful dove. It's like flying away. It's like freedom. You're needing freedom. You're needing some space right now. So you may need to get some space from something or someone to help yourself think clearly, to help yourself feel that you can move, something about you feeling so restricted. But there are so many things for you to learn here, though, through this experience. Learn from spiritual experiences. Okay, it's like you need to almost step back into the feminine a little bit, step back into being open, because when you're in the feminine, you're open, you're receiving. Very similar message in that respect to what came through in group one's reading about needing. There definitely wasn't any of this tightness though. Okay, but again, there's a need to receive, and you have to be open to receive. You can't accept money with a closed hand. So it feels like this is your time here to also change your perspective, because when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so if you're able to shift where your mind has been going, if you feel like it's been going into a negative place or spiral, okay, this is something that you can actively take control of. Our mind is one of the only things we can control in life, but it's not to say that it's always easy to do, but it is possible. Okay, then we've got Scorpio, investigate. Ooh. And then we've got the 12th house, introspection. So we've got two water sign energies coming through here. Okay, so this is very emotionally charged. Okay, what's coming through here, what you're needing to know is connected to your emotions. Okay, Scorpio is very deep. It likes to investigate things. It likes to discover what is hidden. It can get obsessed with mysteries and confusion, like Pisces connects to confusion as well, because you only tend to obsess over things that you don't understand, okay, or you don't have all the information about. Okay, even think about like a detective that's trying to solve a case. They have to almost get obsessed with it, because they have to look at every single possible avenue where they can discover who committed that crime, or the evidence they need to secure a conviction. Okay, so it's like they have to get obsessed with trying to figure out what the truth really is. And so there may be something in your life you're feeling this way about. You're feeling like you need to investigate, you need to discover something. Okay, whether you're feeling that way about a person, or it's maybe even connection to where your life is going. It could be about your career. Okay, this can take many different forms for you, especially with it being this watery energy. It is formless. Water is formless. It shapes to whatever container that it's in. Okay, and I feel like that's the place that you're in right now emotionally, and maybe in other areas of your life. You're in that flow state. Okay, and you're not always sure where it's going to lead. And this might even be you feeling like your moods are fluctuating, okay, and they're going up, they're going down, like you don't feel like it's calm waters at this moment, because the 12th house can connect to suffering internally. Okay, it can connect also to your spirituality, to your creativity, but it is very emotionally sensitive. Okay, you could work in a caring profession of some kind, okay, where you're looking after people, whether it's physically looking after them, or whether it's mentally or emotionally being there, okay, or maybe just in other areas of your life. Like you could be that person that strangers will like share their deepest, darkest secrets with, okay. You may just feel like people word vomit on you, or people trauma dump or attempt to trauma dump on you. So you may get a lot of unhealed people that are feeling pulled in towards you, but you may also feel drawn to them in different ways, especially if you feel like you've got some unresolved trauma and you're feeling that pull towards that kind of energy. But it's like this mutual pull that you're feeling. And it's not a bad thing, but it can also be detrimental because you're in that formless state. So if you are connecting with people that are very low vibrational, you're going to end up in that low vibrational state. Okay. And so it's like you're needing a cleanse here. You're needing some form of a detox. So again, it's like you need a bit of space. You need some time just to be in your own aura for a minute. Okay, it doesn't have to be for long, but if you find yourself connecting with people that you feel are pulling you down, then just create that distance, okay, for however long you feel you need, but just something that gives you that bit of respite so you can be in your own energy field and your own aura. So then you really know what you're feeling is yours and you're not empathically feeling it from other people. Okay, it may just be people you're talking to online, for example. You might not see them in person, but still energetically you're going to be feeling that. So you may need to sever some ties or put some protection all around you. Okay, there's a need for purity. There's a need for peace at this moment in your life. So whatever you need to do to create that boundary so you can feel safe, so you can feel, I feel like so you can sleep again. So think about you needing a really good night's sleep. And maybe, because maybe you've been having a lot of dreams or nightmares and you feel, or maybe even that you feel at times your waking life can be a nightmare and dream is the escape one way or the other. It's like you still need, maybe you need space from the dreams. 1 second, I just need some water. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's made me laugh. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. So look at that electricity. There is someone here you are feeling really, really connected to. Okay, but I just really get that sense that it doesn't always feel good. Maybe at times it does, but then there are times that it doesn't. And there needs to be this severance in a way I'm getting. You have to do what you feel is right. But it may even be that you can see that. You can see that there's always a connection between you, but it doesn't mean you have to be around each other all the time or connected with them all the time. Like they can still be there, even if they're just in the background for the time being. And then we've got jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Yes. So this does feel like you do need a change. And maybe you've received an offer lately or you're about to receive an offer. Somebody might offer to go take you on a trip somewhere, to go on holiday, to just go even on a weekend or day trip somewhere. Okay, it's feeling like there's something new on the horizon. There's something exciting that's coming or that maybe you've just received. Okay. And it's an opportunity for you to do something else and to actually say yes. And the fact that it's even saying this, say yes, jump in, it feels like it's something that you may at first reject, or you may think, do I do this or should I not? Like you might be tentative. Okay, because it might be something that is outside of your comfort zone. You might have to arrange a lot of details. You might have to spend a certain amount of money. Whatever those considerations are for you, it feels like you're being guided to say yes. Okay, make your considerations, of course, make sure you feel it's right. But there's something here within your energy. Maybe it's to start something new, like a new business or again, a new relationship. But I don't know, I wouldn't say that it's for jump into a relationship. I never feel like that's a very good thing or wise thing to do. But stranger things have happened. But I feel like maybe it's also in connection to relationships. Don't jump in. But other opportunities do, okay? Be careful, take your time, okay? But maybe something that you're used to doing. But it's like there needs to be... It's okay to have those reservations. But yeah, I feel like it's really about being discerning. Which opportunities should you jump into? Which ones should you not? Okay, you'll only know when you create a bit of space. Okay, it's not saying, yes, jump in right now. It's saying, okay, yes, jump in. When you've made that right decision, give yourself some space from it. If somebody offers you something or tries to engage with you, you don't ever have to respond right then and there. Okay, it's always your choice what you do. Yeah, exactly. Moving on, creating that emotional distance here. Okay, it's like you need that emotional distance, you need that space, because it's like if you're too close to the idea, the opportunity, the person, it's like you can't see clearly. Like if you bring something all the way up to your eye, like you can't see it. You open up and it's blurry. You have to pull it away and look at it from a distance so you can see the details, so you can see the full picture. So yeah, definitely creating some emotional distance, because this is like an emotional vortex I see that you are being sucked into. Okay, and it's like you need to create that bit of separation in order for you to feel like you can make the best decision for you. Okay, and then we have strengthening bonds, dedicated efforts. Interesting how these are both the red bordered cards. Both connect to the root chakra, connect to your sense of security. Okay, your money, your health. Okay, all those things that sort of build that sense of security, your sense of self-esteem. And it feels like this is more about being effortless. Okay, like you need to be putting less effort into something that doesn't serve you and more into something that does or could. Okay, because this is the Ace of Coins. Okay, it's a new offer coming in. Okay, so I feel like it's either come in or it's about to come in for you, where it's a new job offer. It's an offer to relocate. It's an offer to travel. It's an offer of a new friendship or relationship. Okay, it feels like it's new. Okay, this is something new coming in, and this is what I feel like you're being guided to lean into. Again, not to make hasty decisions when this comes in, but to lean more into the new and to release the old. Okay. So let's get some tarot messages, and I will get the Astro dice at the end of this as well for you. Six of Cups. The Six of Cups in reverse. I can't even with this reading. So this is a reconcile of some sort. This is you coming back together with somebody, but then all of this reading has been about moving on, letting go, detaching. But this might just be a caution, okay, to let you know that there's somebody from your past trying to return. Somebody wants to come in, and there is the opportunity of a reconcile. Okay, so it may just be about you having this awareness that this is here, that it's coming. You can do what you like with it. That is the beauty of life, is your free will. Okay, interesting, and we've got the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, could have been a third party situation you could have been involved in, knowingly or unknowingly. But it's a connection to your social life. Okay, something could feel out of balance. Okay, you could feel like you're socializing too much or not enough. So it may be that area of life also needs a bit of tweaking at the moment, because something's not bringing you happiness or fulfillment. I heard a quote the other day. I definitely am not going to be able to repeat it verbatim, but what did it say? Or it was rather not a quote, actually. It was like a statistic. And, we sometimes have to take certain statistics lightly, but it did make me think. It was, again, it's the figure I'm not going to get right. Something like 82%, let's say, of happiness relates to your connections with other people. Okay, so you can have all of the money in the world, you live in the most beautiful place, you go to all the most exotic places, but if you're having issues with people, that's still, going to bring you down. So again, regardless of how accurate that statistic is, I think the sentiment is very true. Okay, and that, when you think about a lot of the problems in life, when you take out money and you take out health, it's usually relationships. And so it may be that this is an area of life you feel unfulfilled in. You don't feel happy. You don't feel like it's going the way that you want it to. Again, everything else could be wonderful, but it could be this particular area, whether it's romantic relationships or friendships, partnerships of any kind, okay? Judgment. Yeah, so you could either be feeling that other people are judging you very harshly, or you might even be the one judging others quite harshly here. But there's a need for an awakening here. There is a block. I'm going to get more advice what this block is. What is the block? I think it might be an emotional block. Interesting. So we've got the Emperor in reverse, which connects to control issues. So it could be a block in, yeah, your power, your authority, your control. You may feel like something that is outside of your control, and then you don't know how to push through that. So how can I push through it if somebody else is calling the shots? Or it's letting somebody else's actions innately affect you, which again is natural, it's human for that to happen, but it doesn't mean it's not something you can work on. Again, changing your perspective and realizing everything they do and say is them pushed out. That's them projecting them. Okay, it's not a reflection on who you are or what you're doing. It's a reflection of what's going on in them. So it's not your burden to carry what they really feel about themselves and the situation. That is not your burden to carry. It's like if a stranger is rude to you one day out of nowhere, you know that that's not about you. It is purely about them. Okay, they're expressing their anger outwardly onto you for what they're going through internally. That has nothing to do with you. So you don't need to take that on. You don't need to carry that with you. Okay, you can let that emotional burden go. And again, you need to create some protection, some spiritual protection when you are connecting with other people, because you are so like a sponge, group 2, that you absorb so much. You're such a sensitive being, and I feel like it's a very powerful gift, this sensitivity you have, because it'll make you a fantastic healer, counselor, somebody that can empathize, somebody that is so naturally caring, okay, and also highly intuitive. The more sensitive you are, the more sensitive you are in all ways. So it means that you can also be very lucky. The more intuitive you are, the more lucky you can be, as long as you follow that intuition. Okay, so because it makes me think of, yeah, people that are on the stock not play the stock market, that invest in the stock market or crypto, or buy lottery tickets, scratch cards. There's an element of luck that always comes into it. Even if you analyze the numbers, you analyze the stocks, you look at the patterns, you can have all of the knowledge in the world, which certainly will help, but it's still that moment of investing now or buying that ticket now, whatever it might be. And that's following intuition. And I feel like the people that are most successful have a level of intuition, whether they realize they're using it or not. That's just my personal opinion. But point being, the points we will eventually get to is that the more sensitive you are, the more gifted you are in many ways. But it also means you have to protect yourself. When you're around other people, when you're in certain environments, you're picking all of this energy up. Okay, so whether you protect yourself visually, like you imagine yourself walking around in a bubble, okay, or whether you imagine yourself in a white light orb of protection, whether you carry certain protective crystals with you, wear them as jewelry, or whatever protection practice you do, okay, it's like you do need a lot of it, certainly at the moment, okay, in order to allow yourself to have some space so you can feel more free, okay, so you're not so emotionally invested in everything that's happening. I hope this is making sense. This feels like a very personal message, so I really don't know how many of you, I'm just getting my astro dice out, this is going to resonate for. Okay, so everything you need to know right now, group 2. Interesting, we have the number 3. So 3 has come through a couple of times here for you. That might be a number you're seeing a lot in synchronicity at the moment. Okay, but 3 really is about unity, coming together. Okay, so it feels like really think about and consider the people that you're spending time with. And I definitely feel like you're not being guided to be alone all the time. That's also not good for your energy, and it's not healthy because you get too much in your head and your emotions. So you need to spend time with people, but it's about being with the right people. And I feel like that's what you're being guided to really like zone in on. Okay, and then we've got Taurus and we have Uranus. So we've got Venus energy with Taurus. We've got Aquarius there. So Venus, Libra and Taurus, which also connect to other people, but it also, it's making me think of money. That's why I just feel like I'm getting tongue tied, because I don't know, I just keep seeing like money flying in front of my eyes. So that might also be something good for you to focus on at the moment, is focus on like physical financial goals, like something that you can like work on practically, which will actually ground you. Okay, focusing on money or health will always ground you, connecting with nature. And because I feel like you've been so up in your head, up in your upper chakras, up in your emotions, it's like you need something to balance you out, to kind of weight you down a bit. So something that you can do that connects to your finances or your health or your home, something physical or something practical will be really good for your energy right now. Because then I feel like, because of Uranus, this makes me feel like there's been a lot of changes. Like you may have been experiencing, this could be technical issues, okay? For some of you, you might have been having technical issues or communication issues with certain people, okay? Or just things that have felt very unexpected with this Uranian quality. And you may also feel like at times like you don't fit in, like you may even feel like you're a bit of an alien at points in your life, and you're like, you just feel like you're drifting, and who am I? You go through this kind of existential crisis, okay? But I feel like if you utilize the energy of Uranus in a positive way, I feel like it will be the most beneficial for you. So, you know, connecting with who you really are, okay? So in doing what you want, having that rebellious energy about you, saying, you know, this is what I want to do, even though it may not be what you've always done. It's like changing what you've always done to create a different future. Okay, so it's like, go with that energy. Again, say yes to these changes, say yes to new things, to doing things in a different way, because it's going to create different and better long-term results for you. So this is what I see for you, group 2. I have no idea if this is going to resonate. I really don't on this one. Sometimes I feel more confident. I'm like, yeah, but then I really don't know. I don't know how, depends how many of you are drawn to this particular pile, but it feels, like I said, really kind of personal more so. So I don't know, you let me know, comment a green emoji or anything else that you wish to share. And by liking the video and subscribing to my channel, you do show your energetic support. So thank you so much in advance. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hello, group 3. So let's take a look at everything you need to hear right now. Whew, the last 2 readings were a lot, so I'm really interested to see where yours is going to go, group 3. Ooh, so we have Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. And Spring, see your seeds grow. So I'm definitely getting a lot of earth energy here. You might be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your sun, moon, or rising, your Venus, Mars, or Mercury. Okay, but you could also be going through this era of earthy energy, which connects to your money and your health. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing this connection to the earth. Okay, you may need to connect more with the earth with everything that's going on right now, because yeah, I feel like there's something here that you've planted. You planted a seed, okay, a little while ago. I feel within the last 3 months, you've done something, okay? You have initiated something. You have started something new. You've created something, okay? Or you even put an idea out there. And I feel like you're about to see it come to light. You're about to see it manifest. Okay, and you are being guided now to trust your talents in the change that's coming, because this is the thing as well. Like, you may have totally forgotten about what this is, and something that you did within the last 3 months, and you're like, what have I done? For some of you, you might know instantly what you've done, or maybe you've done multiple things and you don't know which one is about to flourish. Okay, but it's interesting actually, because we're very close to spring as I'm recording this. Okay, so it's like moving into this spring-like energy, like you're being sprung into action. And so you might have doubts at times, okay, when this all happens. You might be like, you know, like rubbing your eyes, like, you know, that they do on cartoons, like they look at something like, is that true? And they rub their eyes and then they look again. It's like, oh my God, it's true. So it might be something, yeah, you really don't expect to happen, okay, but it's happening. Oh, so yeah, at times like you might disbelieve it, or you might worry whether you are good enough to do it or to continue doing it. So, but you are being guided to trust in your talents during these changing times. So you definitely need to have more faith in yourself, be confident, be bold, because then we have the past south node coming through. So yeah, this is about not letting the past hold you back. That's what one of the Moonology cards says, the South Node Moonology card. That saying just flew into my head just then. Okay, don't let your past hold you back. So again, if you failed before or something hasn't come to fruition before, like I said, you might be struggling to trust in it and to believe in it when it comes. But this is about not letting the past baggage keep you from achieving what you want in the now. Okay, so this could also be a connection to the past. It's also going to be coming to light for you. So someone could be returning to your life. You could feel some kind of reignition into the past. It gives me retrograde energy. Okay, then we have Moon. I love this card so much. I don't know. I have to, it's like I don't pick favorites with cards, but I don't know. Something, whenever this card comes out, like it always makes me smile. Like no matter what's going on, it's beautiful. I should probably get it like framed or something. I remind myself, mentally note that. Anyway, but yeah, there's just something about this. Yeah, it just made me really happy when it came through. So I feel like it is something that's going to make you feel content, like, and that energy of joy, you know, that high vibration where it's like, whoa, like you just won something, or it's, I don't know, like somebody tells you get a new job, that feeling when they confirm you've got the position, or like I said, when you've won a competition or money, or I don't know, somebody confesses their feelings to you and you've been feeling the same way. Okay, whatever that is for you, it's like that like heightened rush state of emotion that I see coming through. Now, you may also be sensing it, group 3, okay, because the moon is also highly intuitive and very feeling. Okay, connects to divine feminine. So it's like, I feel like you are feeling this shift. You can feel something in the air is different. Okay, something is about to change for you. And you may have felt like you've been stuck on a hamster wheel, which is going round and round and round, like nothing's changing. It's the same old crap every day, or, you know, the same situation, just repeating. But no, moving forwards, it's changing, and you know it's changing on another level. You can feel it, group 3. You can. Now, 3 may also be a very prominent number for you. It's been a theme, I will say. You know, those of you that watch me regularly, and probably when you watch other readers as well, and you see there can be a pattern sometimes in readings. When I watch Tyler's Tarot sometimes, oh, I love him. It makes me laugh so much. But he'll often say sometimes like, oh, this has been a theme, because I won't watch the whole reading. I'll just watch my pile, my zodiac sign rather. But yeah, anyway, that's how I know that it's not just me. That's why it's good for readers to watch other readers as well. Anyway. Okay, interesting. So we have the void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Ooh. And then we have the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. So that's very interesting, actually, that we've got rare gifts and trust your talents. So you really need to believe in yourself more, group 3, because you have a lot of talents. You have natural gifts. And I feel like there's a few gifts that you were good at when you were a child. Okay, for some of you, they might have been passed on from previous lives. Okay, and just certain things that you've done in your life, like dancing, or something about dancing just came through to be, or something about moving your body. Like you may have a really natural way of being able to move your body that is very elegant or graceful or strong, okay, or flexible, or whatever it may be, in perfect rhythm. Okay, something about your rhythm. Okay, but it could be obviously many other different talents. You know, it could be your mind. It could be particular subjects you've got a lot of depth of knowledge about. It could be like speaking, being able to debate, for example, or obviously I'm not going to go through all of the talents of the world, but I feel like you'll know your talents, okay? But you need to remember what you're really gifted at. And I feel like this is what you're being guided to utilize moving forwards. But it's not to say you can't, utilize new talents as well. But the thing is, you can be formless moving one talent into another and being able to integrate, say, a talent you did when you were young or you've possessed since you were young, to be able to translate it now into something you can make money from. Okay, or something that you can even combine multiple talents together to create something beautiful. But it feels like with this void, that this may be where you are now. Like, you may just be feeling stuck. Maybe you know what your talents are, but you don't know how to use them right now. You don't know how to use them to create success, okay? Or to create happiness, or yeah, you may be at a bit of a crossroads. Like, okay, I know I need to do this, but how? How do I do this? So it feels like for now, like you don't need to have the answers, okay? You don't need to necessarily do it now or even know what you're doing right now. But it's like having this faith and this reassurance, hopefully, that it will come. The knowledge will come. The understanding will come. The drive will come. As long you can set that intention out there to the universe and say, help me to help myself. Help me to utilize my talents to the best of my ability. You know, ask the universe or ask God or whoever for guidance, and it will come. It will always come. But it doesn't always happen in that moment when you least expect it. It's when it just comes in. Okay, so it's like having that faith that it will come, and it's okay to stop. It's okay to embrace winter. Okay, to be in this kind of cocoon. Like, I'm seeing at times, like, you may just want to shy away or hide, like wrapping yourself in a blanket or under the duvet. Okay, or like just shutting yourself away because you don't want to deal with things. Because again, maybe it's that deep rooted fear of failure. Like, if you try and then you fail, you're going to feel worse than if you didn't try at all. But I don't feel like that's the case for you, okay? I feel like you will actually feel so much better. You'll be proud of yourself because at least, regardless, you tried and you learned something along the road, and that may also lead you and snowball you into something else. Okay, but it's okay sometimes to just embrace that peace and quiet. Or this could also be calling you to embrace the peace and quiet. If things are very quiet in your life at the moment, it may be that as things start to change, that's going to change as well. They say be careful what you wish for. And say, for example, you live alone right now and you're craving to live with another person or to have another person around. And of course, in your heart of hearts, that might be what brings you the most contentment, if it's obviously a happy situation. But there will still be times, even when you're at your happiest, where you'll long back for being on your own again, or you'll long to be, oh, I just want my own space again. You'll miss these days. So it's also like live in the moment now and enjoy it for now, because there will come a time where that's going to shift, that's going to change. So try and like, okay, I'm just going to soak it all up and enjoy every bit of it as best as I can, because one day I'm going to miss it. Oh, sadness and isolation. And number 3, again, release, death card energy, and lead. Okay. So yeah, again, it's like, look how he's in that fetal position. He's literally in that void energy. Like, it's very like low vibrational. It's very isolated, separated. Now, you could have gone through something very painful, okay? This could have been a breakup, a third party affair. It could be a betrayal of some kind, okay? Or something that was, very painful for you. Even issues with mental health, okay, can take many different forms, but it feels like you are coming out of it. Okay, this is reverse. So it's like you are in that period of healing right now, even with this death card here being reverse. It's like you're not totally done. It's like you're not totally ready to completely let go of the past. Okay, it's still kind of lingering there. It's like you haven't quite closed that door. Maybe you've sort of pushed it too, but you haven't slammed it shut. You haven't bolted it. You haven't locked that door just yet. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you have to at this moment. It may be that you feel safer just having the door ajar for now. But I do feel over time, you're going to get to this point where you feel like, okay, it's time to close that chapter, to let go of the past, to let go of your worries, your concerns about what could happen, or to let go of certain people that are bringing you down. Okay? because this energy here, this lead, is also being out of control. Okay, and there's a lot of karmic energy here as well with these major arcanas and the South Node. So these are things happening outside of your control, okay, that you don't have power to change, like the weather. You can't change it. You have to just deal with it, okay, as and when it comes. But again, it's all about your reaction to these things that's really key and important to your personal growth. Okay, so everything that's happening here is about you letting go, okay, relinquishing that feeling of you need to always be in control of everything, or you need to be in control of your destiny and what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. Okay, but I feel like this is about you saying, you know what, I let it go. I know that I'm going to start new things. I know that my life is going to change and that it will not remain the same. Nothing ever does. Nothing stays the same forever. There is always change. Okay, and it's just this period right now that you need to get through. Okay, but I do know it's not easy, because it's like what you're projecting outwardly is very strong, it's very capable, it's new and it's fun. Like, I feel like you've got this bubbly kind of personality, you're outgoing, you're friendly, and you're also very sweet. I get this kind of sweet natured energy from you, but also, you know, very magnetic, very powerful, like you draw people in. But it's like, what's going on below the surface? I don't think most people would know what you're going through unless they're highly empathic or you share it with them. I think you're very good at being able to mask a lot of this pain with what you're experiencing. And this might just be something that you're used to doing, and it's a way you protect yourself. Okay, so then we've got 9 of coins. Okay. Oh, this card today. This has been such a theme. This one has come out every time. Okay, it was in a different deck in pile 1, but this exact card and in this exact place came out in group 2's reading. So again, it's like each reading's been so different in every way, apart from these like threes. Okay, and anyway, I'll get to that. Like, you're not going to find it that exciting because you didn't see the other piles, but, well, not even exciting, but that's interesting as well. That came out in one of the others. What is going on here? That's the thing with these readings. Like, maybe there's a collective feeling, but then also your individual situations. So let's see. Okay. So this energy is about your independence, something about you standing on your own 2 feet. So you may naturally be this way, or maybe you've been forced into a situation where you have to do things alone. But I see you thriving though, okay? I see you thriving. I see you standing up really strong and confident in yourself. Again, like what you're putting out there. And it's not that that's fake, okay? Because more than one thing can be true. Actually, one of my lovely clients said this to me in an email the other day. What was it? Well, she asked a question, and just something like, it was along the lines of, can't more than one thing be true? And I thought that was very thought-provoking, and absolutely, yes, I do believe, certainly more than one thing can be true. And so you can be confident, you can feel secure, you can be, bubbly, all of these wonderful things, but you can also at the same time be experiencing pain. Okay, be experiencing a loss. And I think this is the thing with life, and we can oftentimes see everybody's outside appearances. That's what it is, but we don't always look further. We don't know what kind of suffering they're carrying. So this might just be a gentle reminder for you as well, okay, to see, just because they're projecting a happy appearance doesn't mean that is always the case. And not that you want to go through life thinking everybody's miserable, but I think it makes you feel united when everybody else is also got their own personal pain, but they've got their own personal happiness as well. And because something about needing to feel like you belong in some way. And again, I feel like every human being feels that in some form. It's like we come from tribes, okay, where we had to feel like we belong to that tribe. And it wasn't safe to not belong to a tribe, because you could end up getting killed if you were, expelled, or you got lost from the tribe. People stayed within those tribes because they felt safe. And I feel that has been carried through even, from, however many hundreds, millions of years ago that was. But I don't know. But regardless, it's like we can still carry that feeling of needing to feel united with other people in whatever context that is, just feeling that sense of unity with others. So I feel like that's something that you feel like you're missing, but I feel like you are going to start cultivating that more and more. Okay, whether it's with your existing friends, family, relationships, or whether these are, new connections that you're going to be making soon. I feel like this is also something that's really important and it's going to help you to thrive. And I'm also saying something about you traveling, okay? Something about you traveling to new places, because you either have not been on traveling for a while, or you may have felt imbalanced in some way from the places that you have been going to. And so there's a need for you to find peace in the next places that you go to, whether it's just visiting or whether it's moving in a bigger context. Okay, but this judgment here is a refusal, or you not being able to see something. Okay, it can manifest as a block. Okay, and I feel like the way for you to unblock this is to find some peace. Okay, Four of Swords is rest, mental rejuvenation, giving yourself a bit of space, either away from a situation, away from a person, or, this could be taking up a meditation practice or continuing one if you're already doing it. Just finding a bit of time to quiet your mind. Okay, it's like there's so much chatter, there's so many either people's different opinions, maybe even for yourself, so many different ideas and things coming up, like what to do. So maybe you want to get it out onto paper. Look, I've actually started doing that more so recently. And to be fair, I always write lists. I've always written lists my whole life. That's such a Virgo quality, isn't it? But I've always written so many lists and I will forever do so. But I found getting certain emotions out onto paper has also been really, really helpful. And it's not something I've always felt drawn to do, sometimes here or there, but yeah, whatever, or if it's business ideas or something, just get them out. I do that as well, just brainstorming ideas, they come out, and whatever I need to action, I will action. Okay, and I feel like that's for you as well. Even just keeping that notepad by your bedside table, or if you want to write it on your phone, but something about pen to paper, I think that old school way, but really works the best. And any of those thoughts that are ruminating, just get them out on paper so you can sleep. Okay, because then when you sleep, you feel clear. When you feel clear, you can make healthier choices. Okay, so let's just see anything else that you're needing to know. Stop it. 3. You've got 3. I mean, you've had the most 3s out of all, that's for sure. And you are group 3. So 3 is your number. Again, 3 is about unity and connection. Okay, so yes, you do need to connect with other people. And you need to have a bit of light-hearted fun as well. I feel like maybe there's been all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. And I feel like, yeah, that is the energy that you're kind of needing. You're needing a bit more fun, lightheartedness. There's a lot of heaviness that you need to balance out here. Again, a lot of emotion with the moon here. We've got the moon twice. So you may even be called to look into your moon sign if you are unaware what your moon sign is. I feel like you need to look into that because it will explain a lot for you. But for those of you that obviously know what their moon sign is, I feel like there could be a little bit more digging, okay? Thinking about, because whatever your moon sign is in will help you to realize how to process and handle your emotions, okay? And if you feel like some of your issues are emotionally driven, your moon sign and the house that your moon sits in will give you so much information. For example, if you have an air moon, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, writing and talking will be ways that will help you to express and not repress your emotions. It might be a really healthy way for you, okay? Or even writing them on a piece of paper and lighting it outside and letting it blow away, okay? Letting your emotions blow away with the wind, okay? And obviously the same goes, in different ways for each of the different elements. So it's finding ways to express yourself, and it helps you really understand yourself, okay, when you understand your emotions. And then we have Virgo, okay, so you may resonate with Virgo energy. But Virgo connects as well to work. It's practical, it's earth. So it may be as well that being able to focus on those practical Virgo things are going to help you. So even Virgos like to be very organized. So creating some form of organization in your life, whether that's in your home, whether that's at your work, or whatever it may be. It's like there needs to be a bit more organization. This will always help you feel more lifted. Like you might naturally already do this, like even if you think about movies, whenever there's like a new beginning or someone's about to start something new, what do? They give them a makeover. Okay, they make over how they look, they declutter their home, they, take out all of the trash and be done with it, right? And then they just move into their new life. But it's very symbolic for what really does help. So it's like clearing out your home, clearing out your space really does help to shift your energy. Moving objects around helps the feng shui of that place to be more open. Okay, so something to really consider there is that organization and also the focus on practical things, because this also helps you to not always be in your head, okay, when you're busy. Busy hands, idle hands make for the devil's work. Coming up with all the sayings today for you, group 3. But yeah, sometimes it's good to be busy. When you're busy, like you're not always thinking about what other stresses you've got going on. If you only focus on what you have in front of you, okay, because that's also connected to Virgo likes to focus on details, okay, zooming in on things, rather than say Gemini energy, which is more zoomed out, looking at the bigger picture. So yeah, I feel like if you can just think, I'm just going to take it one step at a time, focus on one task at a time, one area at a time, so you don't become overwhelmed. Okay, this will also be highly beneficial for you. Okay, group 3. So this is what I see for you. I really do hope it resonates. This is certainly a very interesting one. I'd love to know if you thought so too. So comment a pink emoji, any of your choice, or anything else you wish to share. Would love to know. Okay, and if you did enjoy this reading, please feel free to give the video a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. Okay, especially with the way YouTube works sometimes. Like, I tend to only see the same videos over and over again until I search for something new. So yeah, make sure you subscribe and you'll see me more. But yes, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.